Live on YouTube. We will see.
Right on. Oh, well, let me show you some rad stuff real
Yeah, show
fast.
us some rad stuff real fast.
All
I'm
right.
gonna comment on my own thing.
So this is the upstairs.
You have to angle that phone a little bit. You're just showing us the ceiling.
I know. Look at it.
Oh, we got them
Yep.
beams. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were showing me the beams.
Now, do you not? You see those? Those are like 5 gallon buckets that
They
he's
just look
got.
like they just look like lights, but that is rad.
Can you see it better like that?
Yeah, hits.
Yeah.
So we're in the
It's,
workshop of John Taylor. Am I saying it right?
yeah. 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 This man's got more clamps than any man known.
He's a
Just
clamping man. I'm gonna get on
he
Patreon and tell people it's live right now. I guess I should tweet as well.
he's
What have you
yeah.
been
He's
doing? What have you been working on while you're there?
mainly what I've been working on is trying to observe, trying to learn, and also like man, there's like so. I mean, obviously there's a lot of work going on, and because like so I don't know, man. Like it's so beautiful. Some of the stuff, some of the work, it's just some of the way that the machines work, and like I don't know. I've been really focusing on just really trying to learn, but also like I know it sounds weird, but like arc lights and stuff like that. Been taking a lot of pictures of it and video, and like it's so beautiful. Like watching the welding come together and things like that, and like trying to get a good like visual on that. So I don't know if I'm doing a very good job, but like there's something about craftsmanship also, and like the hands that do the work, and like just like it's just I don't know, man. I'm amazed by everything. I've always really been into like machines, and especially like when like I said like dude, there's just something about a uh, a uh, a set of tools and like learning tools that like I feel like I've missed out on in my life.
I know what you
Not
mean.
not just because of like well, one of the main reasons I feel like it was is because we've always had landlords. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
we've always had landlords. So like no, I mean it's people in my family like mess with stuff, whatever. But like if anything ever happened, like it was call the landlord. And nobody ever really fixed anything or did anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So there wasn't
Yeah.
really any.
It's
So
also it's also like I've always been interested in woodworking, and I've
hmm
got some things. I had some tools that got stolen from Knoxville, unfortunately, but they were small things. Like I can't have a big saw because that's kind of where I thought you were going with it. It's funny you were thinking about landlords fixing stuff for you or having that person to call, but it's also like even if you've been in a place forever, maybe you feel like it's not yours, and or is there space for it? Where will you put it? You know what I mean?
yeah, man, yeah, man. And I think one of the things is like these are like the- maybe not like a big old welder or anything like that, or a big old bandsaw or something like that. You might not have, but like I don't know, man. There's a space that you could go find that thing, and I don't
Kimmy
know if
says hi.
hey, Kimmy.
Yeah, man.
Great. So, but
Owning
yeah,
your
man.
own place is having your own space in any capacity is so important
Well,
for a
yeah,
creator.
man. And there's a ton of reasons to do that, especially now. I mean, dude, so many people are like without, like, even myself, without basic knowledge of tools and the way that things work. Like, if your sink was to go down, like, you're fucked. You don't have a sink anymore, dog. Your toilet, your electricity, your all these things that are like really all like function in a really easy way. Honestly, you just neither have the tools nor the need for the tools to do it. Like you could go out into your house, out into the woods right now. Anybody could like build yourself like a really good like place to just live in any kind of conditions. You could very easily with a few tools, like, or you make some rad art. Like if you make some rad art, you'll know how to do both. You know what I mean? Like it's what?
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
so crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, what all are you trying to learn while you're there?
I'm really interested in welding. I really like welding. It's really cool the way that you're mixing all these different elements. All the different elements that you're working with to create like different types of welding, especially with the project that we're doing, which has a lot of metalwork involved in it and fabrication and building structures and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's
for
interesting.
sure. If you're just joining us on YouTube, I see Sarah, Sean, Kimmy, maybe a few others. First of all, welcome. Second of all, DJ is in upstate New York at the Art Space. I'm supposed to be there, but I'm sadly ill. Anyway, that's where we're at. And yeah, man, I want to learn that. I want to learn how to weld. I want to. I think everybody wants to be more. I don't know what the right word is. Self-sufficient,
Mm-hmm.
right? To feel like you can do stuff.
Mm-hmm. You empower yourself.
Right. And my dad is one of those people. He does almost everything on his own, but as he's getting older, he's starting to struggle. Like, mom's talking to me about it. She's like, his brain's not as sharp as it used to be. She's like, it's not like he's even too weak to do it. She's like, Drew, he messes up all the time. And I'm hearing that and I feel guilty, but then I'm like, well, I can't help him because he didn't teach me how. Like that was the
Yeah.
only thing that I like. That's the only thing I could say about my dad negative in that space. Now it's because I didn't show much of an interest in it, and Dad was one of those dads who was like, "Well, I'm not going to make him because that won't work." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus, being the youngest, I was the one holding the fucking flashlight, never doing anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I do a lot of that. I do a lot of holding the flashlight too. What stuff gets done.
Yeah, I think holding the
Uh,
flashlight as an adult, you take more in.
yeah, you definitely do. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you do. It's interesting. It's interesting. But yeah, man. Definitely. I think that there's gonna come a time, like, dude. There'll definitely come a time in your life where there's whether like an engine or something is like something's not you know working, and I don't know, man. It's just it's
Well, dude,
empowering to.
I think I
Mhm.
talked about this on here, but we couldn't change the oil in my Bronco. Like I took it to a professional, two professionals. They couldn't get the nut off, and they were like, "We're gonna have to replace the oil pan altogether to drain the oil," and that's like $200, and it was pissing me off. And finally, I just went to work on it, and it took me forever, and it was not smooth, but I finally got it done, and I can't tell you how good I felt when I pulled that stupid stripped old screw out.
Yeah, man, isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy? It's so hard.
Yeah.
It's so like, dude. Here, that's one of the things, man. That like I wish
Hold
we
up.
would do.
You faded a little bit. Maybe move that mic closer to your face. I don't think
What
it's the
is?
phone, buddy. I think it's the headphones. Other side.
Oh,
Yeah. Other side. It's the plastic piece.
uh,
You got it. Go ahead.
uh, uh, Yeah, man. I think it'd be important to like. I was just thinking about things that we could do, like start doing like a YouTube channel where not only do you show like where like how to do something, but like all the things that are going to go wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
Yeah, like
Papa Carl's dad moves or something.
yeah, like how are you going to fix? Like, what's a way to fix this? Like, are you ready for there to be like no thread on this screw? Like, how are
Right.
you going to get this out? How are you going to get it? Because rust and everything else is
Well,
like depleted the
everything
inside
dad
of it.
told me to do wasn't working. And then he was like, you got to drill a hole through it. But when you do that, you're going to probably ruin the threads. And I didn't want to do that. So, dude, I drilled a tiny hole through the nut head and then put a piece of metal through that and used that as a wedge. That
Oh,
was
right
another
on.
thing I was like, yeah, I did that. I came up with that. Dad couldn't even figure it out. Of course, if he would have. Um, we're getting a lot of comments. People are talking about this kind of stuff. Sean's talking about how his dad could do everything when he was younger and it annoyed him, but he ends up learning a lot. We got folks asking where you are in New York. I think we already mentioned he's in Russia.
Yeah. Russia.
Phoenix wants to know why I can't get my nut off. That's very funny. Oh, and Sarah's talking about the frustration of coming from where you can do some things but not others. And like you want to be able to do everything. I guess though, in some ways, that's like community, right? I got not to be all hokey about it, but it's like, all right, you can do this, I can do that. Let's help each other out.
Well, yeah. Right now on the project that we're currently working on, we have like a lot of specific people like John. John Taylor is like specifically a fabricator designer. You know what I mean? And then you have, and there's welders, and then there's people who will know, who have information. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy how much.
Dude, can you see that?
Yeah.
I don't know how I did that, but that rules. I can make their comments. So now when we talk about a comment, I can pull it up. Sorry, please continue. But now when we talk about a comment, I can put it on the screen.
No, that's exactly it, dude. That's so rad, because like me and John were talking about that this morning, about how the community is exactly like theirs. You might not know, like you might have like knowledge in the welding, but you don't have like the knowledge in like, okay, I could weld this together, but will this, like, will I be able to haul this? You know what I'm saying? Like where, where's the weight coming from? Like, how can I? It's so crazy, dude. There's so many different aspects to it.
Well, I can remember that being a thing when I was younger too, where Dad would do all the carpentry work and plumbing for like most of the people in the family, but then like Uncle Mark would fix our vehicles.
Right.
And I do feel though, as he's getting older and he's preaching too, he's a preacher, and he feels like part of his job as that, is to like help the community out. It weighs on him more and more. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of people who need him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. There's a lot of people that need it. And like when you think about doing mutual aid work, which is eventually like, the end goal here is to be able to, like, with a storm and like different type of natural disasters and things like that, be able to go into a community and say, okay, look, now instead of letting FEMA come in and take all your like scrap metal and all your stuff and just clean up this place and throw it in the dump, you know what I mean? Then what we can do is we can take all this metal, we can turn this into, we can take this good wood, we can remanufacture this, we can build up homes that are or that they would say otherwise that, there's no way we just, it starts with like putting a tarp over the roof so no rain gets in. You know what I'm saying? So let's get some tin out here. Let's patch this up, and let's see what we can, do for you in your community, and be able to help that way and have the knowledge and
Well,
that's not.
I was gonna say, in like rural places or poor communities or small communities, that kind of at least used to be the way of life, and I think it still is to a certain extent. I put this comment up: there ain't nothing like knowing an old boy who can fix it.
Yeah.
Do you remember that sketch that SNL did? It's the funniest thing in my opinion. It's definitely the best thing they've done in years, where Tom Hanks was a MAGA guy and he was on Black Jeopardy and everybody was nervous, but he kept getting all the answers right.
Yeah. Yes.
And I was like, what a skinny girl can do for you. And he was like, what is not a damn thing?
Yeah.
And there was a joke in there about getting your car fixed. He goes, like, where do you go to fix your car? Something like that. And he goes, who is Daryl? Oh boy, down the road.
Yeah, man, that's it. That's exactly it, man. That's exactly it. And I think with like, being able to
we got a Canadian in here bragging about how happy all the farmers in Canada are to help.
The dark Canuck, man, y'all are wild, man. Where I'm up here, yeah, man, that's another thing that you find in like these types of rural communities. Out like we're out here close to the Adrenadoc or the Iditarod or the Adirondacks or the Adirondacks.
Well, the Adirondacks. or the
Yeah, there you go.
Iditarod. Those are
Yeah,
both
yeah, yeah.
things. I think you're only close to the Adirondacks. I think the Iditarod is a race in Alaska.
Yeah, way too many. Somewhere where it's cold. All right,
Yeah.
and
One of
yeah,
them
one thing.
cold ass Indian words.
Yeah, man, and like one of them things is like, and like one of the main things that you see around here is like in everybody's uh uh workshops or like whatever, everybody's got something to help somebody else out, and there's always like this whole like it's a seasonal thing, especially like everybody getting ready for winter because winter is such a fucking big deal, man. It's a big deal. And like, man, I think that's one of the reasons why also like folks you find out here are a lot more conservative and like withdrawn is because like, oh shit, we're going through it. There's no need to tell anybody how I'm doing because I'm just suffering. It is
Yeah.
fucking cold. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's funny because you get into the psychology of all that stuff, and like we end up, me and you, and even more so maybe with Will Red, or at least how the Will Red podcast used to be before we started talking about farts all the time. You become obsessed with like how those psychologies and personality traits manifest themselves in the political arena and or the cultural arena. But like some of that stuff, it's deep in there. It's like almost on an animal level, like fear, you know,
Yeah.
like there's no excuse to just like be afraid of gay people. But I think we do ourselves a favor to acknowledge that fear of change in general does come from like a psychological or a biological place. You know what I mean? And I'm sure that's kind of what you're touching on is theirs. And they're just like, we're just going to be real quiet, not talk about our business because everything here will murder you.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I literally almost froze to death just getting here from my car. You know what I mean? And now I'm gonna have to work 8 hours,
Man,
dude.
it's watch the Mennonite use it. This is if you're listening, this is a comment we got. Watch the Mennonite use a team of horses to pull a car out of a ditch last night in a snowstorm, and that and the wind brought a tear to this lady's eye. It is nice to know that the Mennonites are out there helping the community because every time I get behind one of those motherfuckers on my parents' road when they're doing about 8 miles an hour with 4 horses,
Yeah, yeah,
it's nice to remember, hey, they may come in handy at some point. Don't just run over them.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. They are pretty handy. Yeah, man. I got a couple of them on my phone. I dial up in a pinch.
We haven't talked about that on here, have we?
No,
All right. I
no.
cannot wait. Let me try to set this up as best I can. I've been trying to get DJ to get a new phone for over a year because all his videos and pictures look like he took them on a calculator. And it looks like etch a sketch drawings. So I've been saying we'll take Patreon money to do it. I've offered to pay. I came very close to just buying you one a few times, but I also didn't know what to buy you because that's something somebody needs to do themselves and talk to the person and be like, I got this provider or whatever, stuff.
Yeah,
So DJ finally got a new phone.
yeah, yeah.
Got a used one.
Yep, got to use one from. I got it in Chatfield, Minnesota, uh, and man, dude, it was well. Basically, what happened was they didn't change the contacts out, so now whoever had the phone before me had like Buffalo Ray Daly is
Buffalo
one
Ray
person.
Daly is one name.
Amish Rick, Amish Jonas. I have 1,000 Amish in my phone.
DJ
Got 'em all.
needed a software upgrade, so he bought a phone from an Amish person. DJ's out here with a butter churn 3. You got a fucking Mennonite, dude. They can't have flip phones because they're not allowed to do flips. That's a sin.
dude, it's crazy. It's crazy, dude.
It's crazy that you went to get a new upgraded phone and you got it from a guy who saved people's name as Buffalo Ray Daly, and Amish Steve.
Yeah, yeah. And then there's like 5 dads and one dad, which has a question mark behind it. Like dad, 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 dad. Yeah.
I just love you thinking that. He calls it Dad's Dad?
That's hilarious.
4 dads.
4 dads.
Is that a thing in the Amish community that we don't know about? Are they splitting the raising of the kids that way? Maybe that dude had 4 dads.
Dude, oh, dude, it'd be so funny. Whichever one is my dad.
It would be so
one.
funny if we found out the Mennonites had been doing polyamory and we've been making fun of it. Like the Mormons, right? The Mormons was like, it's polygamy, it's gross. Now all the kids in Brooklyn are doing the same damn thing.
Yeah. So wild, man.
So if you guys have noticed on DJ's Instagram an improvement in his post, it's because he got a Mennonite phone. If you have not noticed an improvement in his post, it's because he got a Mennonite phone.
The butter churn 3. Man, that's so funny. That's so funny.
Oh, man. And you know his texts are still in green.
Yeah, man. Oh, man, dude. Yeah, so that's been fun. It's been fun.
Have you texted any of the Amish?
No, man, I'm waiting until I'm in a pinch.
I'd be sending
I'm back closer to Wisconsin.
Yeah, in case you need them. I get that. But I think you got to butter them up, no pun intended. I think what you need to do is start sending them pictures of horses, stuff like that, get them going. That's how they sext, I heard. How does Amish people have a phone?
Buddy, I don't know, man. I know these some bitches down here, man, drink a shit. I mean, not down here, but like in Minnesota, like we'll go to the damn Menards or something like that, and they'll be like stocking it.
I'm such a juvenile person every single time.
Menards.
Menards.
Man, dude. We'll save you money. We'll save you money. That's when you shop Menards. That's all you hear. That's all you hear. That so much.
I got out my buttercream 3 or the butter churn 3 and sent Isabella a picture of Menards.
They be buying so much Mountain Dew, man. They buy so much. You see them just in carts of that shit, man.
So they're allowed to have phones and Mountain Dew.
Yeah, man.
What's the downside other than those butt cuts?
Dude, man, you drive through there, you see all their laundry out on wires froze.
How does that? You can't dry laundry in the winter.
But I don't know. They crazy, man. They crazy, man. You see
it ain't no wonder they're moving into my neck of the woods in Tennessee in droves. They got to get somewhere where they can dry their clothes.
Man, they stay working too, dog. They stay working.
They have to not to die.
I heard that.
The reason they're moving south. They're tired of all their kids dying.
Yeah, dude, it's got to be a thing, right? I mean, dude, it's got to be a thing. You see them, they're like, apparently, they're talking about them up here, man, like in these sawmills, just like fucking 5 years old, barefoot, slinging logs into big saws and stuff.
Well, yeah, they do that where I'm from, and all the old men talk about it like they're in awe. And I get it, but it's also so funny to watch these old men sit around and really just like salivate over child labor. Like it's genuinely hilarious. They're like, yeah, man. And one of them, he's about 8. He'd lost a finger. Didn't even care.
No. That's so bad, man. That's so bad.
I think some of that's normal though, where we all romanticize cultures that aren't ours to a certain extent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For sure.
Or vilify them, depending on which channel we're on and what day of the week it is.
Right.
But it's still wild, Yes, they're really doing it right. Now, those kids, Drew, this is my dad talking. You see them out there 10 years old on a tractor. They don't complain. I'm like, they don't know they're allowed to complain, Dad.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's literally nothing. Yeah.
Also, not allowed to dance. Is that something we can emulate?
Yeah. It's awful. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's awful. Once again, I feel like the Amish will totally, like, regardless of what happens in our country,
roaches, dude.
Yeah, the Amish are gonna make it. So,
Now,
don't
I'm
know.
going to post this comment. Does that mean literally? Are you saying they're fast? Dark Canuck? They run like hell is the comment. I've never seen Amish play any sports. I know the Mormons are really good at athletics, but I'm not sure I'm buying it from Buttcut Bobby over here.
Man, I like how they all have like different uniforms too, like the Mennonites or whatever we have up for Gunner. I don't know if they're Mennonites, they're Amish, but they don't wear the same hats as these folks down here do.
Yeah, they're like the Bloods and the Crips.
Yeah, ain't that wild? Ain't that wild?
Don't let me catch you in my pasture. I
Yeah.
thought we had gotten onto some fertile ground for jokes that was new, and then I realized that's literally just Weird Al's first major hit. You remember Amish Paradise?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Chin up the
I do.
buggy, churning lots of butter. Raise the barn
Yeah.
on Monday. Soon I'll raise another.
It's so good. It's
Apparently
so
there
good.
are fast Mennonite kids, says the Dark Canuck. I don't know. That might be something you got going on up there in Canada. You guys all skate quick, but you can't run. I've seen some of these Mennonite kids run in their leather shoes, and they're fine. I mean, I'm not downing on them, but like I said Buttcut Bobby. I should have went with Buttcut Bartholomew.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's where. Did you hear? Speaking of this, you see? Of course, or I don't know if you have, or what kind of time you have, but that Kid Rock video.
Dude, I have watched it. So, did you send me the song?
No, I just saw it this morning, and then I heard Slob talking about it.
Well, I sent it to Katana Chat, but they may have already been talking about it because they was busy this weekend when I was traveling and sick. But for those of you who don't know, go watch it right now. It's called what's it called?
Buddy, I don't know.
It's Kid Rock and a band literally called Monster Truck. And I'm going to be honest, and I mean this sincerely. The first 70% of the first verse, I liked it.
Really?
It was throwback Kid Rock. It was like, you're not going to tell me what to do, and I'm back, and I'm a badass. And it was cheesy, but it was throwback Kid Rock because it was just all hubris. It was pure id. He wasn't trying to elevate it at all. It was pure id. It was just coming from that place of genuine, raw, toxic masculinity. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Right?
Yeah.
Then he hits us with it's my way or the highway, which is a cheesy line, even for Kid Rock. And pretty much every line after that sounds like a parody of a Fox News rap. It's unbelievable how bad it gets after that. Like, it's almost good. It's so bad.
Yeah, dude, that's what made me think about it. Is that, like, I saw Weird Al was like, thanks for everybody, thanks for the appreciation, but like I didn't make that song. You know what I mean? That's not me. That's Kid Rock. That's all him. And it totally does look like a parody of like exactly what you would think. Like,
all right, we're gonna bring this one up. Jessica Locke, Kid Rock blows. Why even bother? This is true now, but like, there was once upon a time that wasn't even remotely true. I don't care what anybody says.
Nah,
you're full of shit if you say he didn't hit, or
he didn't. He did not hit.
You're full of shit. Ball with the ball, fucking rad, dude.
That's one of the never was rad. It was never rad.
That song comes on. You and everybody else is
getting I know. No, not this boy.
Bullshit. This is revisionist history. This is bullshit.
When have you seen me ever? Or
I
when
didn't
have I
know
claimed
you back then, dude.
I promise you I didn't.
Well, well, not all of us were lucky enough to be in prison when he came out.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
Phoenix is saying I found my hill to die on. I've been saying this forever, dude. I've seen Kid Rock live back in the day. I didn't buy the ticket. My buddy took me, but it was great. He came out playing a piano in an all-white suit, all-white piano for God Knows Why. Only God Knows Why is a phenomenal karaoke song. I've been sitting here. But yeah, he's lost it like 100%. And as I have stated before, and Slob and I have been talking about it, what happened was his midge died. Joe C died, and he just couldn't do it. Or maybe Joe C was writing all the songs. But this song, let me just look it up. I can even maybe put in the comments a link to it.
He literally has a shirt that just says social media sucks.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, he was right, but he shouldn't have worn the shirt. Don't tell me how
Dude,
to live. Don't tell me how to live. Here's the thing, though, about this. However anybody feels about Kid Rock, he's 50. You just can't do this. Like Eminem shouldn't be doing stuff like this. You know what I'm saying?
hmm, at least
I realize
Eminem does
that
it.
he's a much better artist, but Eminem is better now when he features on young people's tracks.
All right, pop off. Damn, that's some pop off stuff.
That's
But
not
that
pop
man,
off stuff. Thinking Eminem is still flames is pop off stuff. Bye,
oh
Sarah.
man, I appreciate what he does. I
I
appreciate what
totally
he does.
appreciate what he does. But like, man, he had full albums going after like young people. It was weird. My only
Yeah,
point
man.
is if you have a legendary career and it's a decade or two old, you either got to change it up a little or like let it go. Snoop Dogg has changed it up quite a bit. He's not out here putting out raps about fucking hoes and smoking trees because he knows it would look weird. Well,
Yeah,
Kid Rock's 50 and he's like, everybody can suck my dick. And it's like, dude, this song sucks, but even if it was good, this would make us all uncomfortable.
yeah, yeah. Are you saying Eminem does that for you?
Dude, he was doing it for everybody. He had like 2 albums in a row, bomb bad, and then he started featuring on people's tracks and doing ciphers and getting back to what he used to do, what he's best at. And yeah, man,
I'm not buying the album. I'm probably never listening to it more than like once or twice, but like I'm listening to everything Eminem puts out.
I mean, yeah, he's the best rapper that I know of for me. I think Andre 3000 might be better, but I'll definitely listen
Yeah,
to it and I'll definitely appreciate the craft. I'm not denying that at all. It's just one of those things where all I'm saying is you can't be 50 and have the attitude of a 20-year-old. And I think it, but by the way, to his credit, I think Eminem has learned that. Now when he features on Joyner Lucas's songs, he's talking about being the old man and the goat and who he fucks with and who's young and who he doesn't and stuff like that. You just can't be 50 going, everybody suck my dick. You're all full of shit. It's like, dude, go to your mansion.
yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, yeah, man. I totally agree with that on for Kid Rock, but like Eminem's like when he came out with whatever that was, that Godzilla was rad. All that stuff's rad to me.
Rap God was rad.
Rap guy was rad. Like
But that MGK thing, I thought that was lame. I was like, dude, ignore that child.
but I mean, dude, I mean, it was probably really fun for them to do that, though. I mean, I don't know, maybe not. I mean, I don't know. I don't think anybody like people take it too seriously. I guess maybe it seems to me like chance for me to
You're
do
freezing.
stuff. You know, I don't know.
You're freezing. I don't know if it's my internet or
Am I?
yours.
Oh,
All right, I think
am I
we're
refroze
good.
still?
I think we're good now.
All right.
Well, let's not end on Kid Rock or Eminem because it is not 2004. They did do a song together. I don't remember what it's called. If anybody wants to go look that up, way back in the day, they did a song together. It didn't do that well. I don't remember what it's called. I can remember Eminem's verse opens, "Rum and Pepsi got your perceptions of me sketchy, but I'm not gonna stop something till I see a bunch of drunk girls naked rubbing on each other." That's what I'm talking about. That's hilarious because he was 26. If he's doing that now, and I'm not saying that's all he's done. I'm saying he's done a few of those as a 50-year-old, and it's like, all right, come on, Em.
Yeah, man. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Here's what calling yourself the goat is a weird thing for me. Like a
Does he
lot of
do that?
well, yeah. I mean, rap god is pretty much
I think rap God, there can be more than one God. Please don't get monotheistic when it comes to the rap community, DJ. There's
okay.
many
Okay.
gods.
Okay. Well, I definitely feel like I think any artist who calls themselves the GOAT is like is really not like considering time at all. It's not being
Mm-mm.
fair to time. Greatest of all time, like dog for that
I
for
agree.
that moment. You know what I mean? That like there's so many good flame ass
Yeah.
talented motherfuckers out there, dude. So many.
Well, it's also just weird. Like, that's definitely something you got to have somebody else do.
Yeah, right, right.
Now, I will say the only people I know who've done it is Lil Wayne, Dave Chappelle.
Dude, how about that? Dude, I don't really
Well, in
necessarily.
both of those cases, I don't agree with him doing it, but in both those cases, other people did do it first.
Yeah, yeah, agreed,
But
agreed.
the thing, I think about what Carlin said. You don't listen to your fans. You don't care what they think. You don't care what people think. And this is an interview, and the interviewer was like, "Oh yeah, you got to stop caring what the critics think." And he goes, "No, everybody, even the people who love you, you can't care what they think neither."
Right, right,
Um,
right.
I want to talk about something different we've got a comment that'll let me transition into it. So first of all, there's still some mystery surrounding it. It's very clear we're doing some sort of project with Carl. We're making something. It's hopefully, I mean, I'm ready to tell people, at least the podcast folks, we're going to make a traveling stage. We've got some big plans for next year. And a big part of that is, in my heart, is going to still be Art Share. For those unfamiliar, it was sort of a Patreon thing at first, but we've tried to bring it out to everybody. Art Share is both a Zoom show that DJ started where he features people who've shown us their art, who've emailed us their art, and we talk about how they made it and why, and we just do an exchange of ideas. And then at our live shows, we bring art, and if you bring us your art, we will trade with you. Now, some would say that my hat's not art. Some would acknowledge that it's better than the Mona Lisa. Chris Bell wants to know what I want for this awesome Bill hat. Well, the thing is, it's not for sale. But I did acquire it through an art exchange. Now, the way art exchange works for me, I don't know how DJ does it, everybody does it differently, is if you offer me something for something I got and it is equal, I have to give it to you. Now, if it ain't equal, you're not going to trick me. You're not going to come to a fucking Into the Abiscuit show and get out like a keychain you bought at Walmart and be like, look, it's funny. It's got a fart on there. Give me that
Yeah,
Bill Elliott hat. That ain't happening.
yeah.
But our boy Key Bump had given me a Montgomery Biscuits hat, which is a AAA baseball team. It had a big old biscuit on the front with butter for a tongue. It was rad. And then a gentleman by the name of Tyler at our live show in Bristol art shared me
What's up,
this.
Tyler?
He art shared me. He traded me. He offered me this Bill Elliott hat. And a part of me didn't want to do it, but I had to acknowledge it was definitely equal, if not greater. It had to be done.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we're getting a lot of good Wendy M. Oh, what's up, Wendy? I saw Wendy in Charlotte. I'm pretty sure that's the same Wendy. Anyway, that's what Art Share is. Wendy is an artist. We want y'all to come to these live shows with your art, and we'll do an art trade, and we'll have an art show. We'll do it all. You got anything else to add to that, buddy?
Uh, I, yeah, man, and we'll also be doing it live from Utica and Minnesota. We have a lot of different artists and a lot of different there's other artists who are residents inside of this sculpture space where we'll be um, putting the project together. Uh, and yeah, man, come along and join us on that ride. You know what I mean? It's going to be something serious if you see us. Well, yeah, man, we get it. We'll get to all that. Yeah, man. I don't know exactly what to say or think about this, Earl. Right, Emergency Art Rule Laboratory. Uh,
That's good. Yeah,
Earl.
that's a good tease, Earl.
Yeah,
Emergency Art Rural Laboratory.
laboratory, roving laboratory, something like that. Earl.
Yeah,
I can't remember. Yeah,
it's fine. It's our acronym.
yeah,
Whatever we want with
yeah, yeah.
it. We got a question from the Dark Canuck being very active today, which we appreciate.
They
DJ, how is your goat?
Well, she's great. She's great. She is. Yeah, she is the goat, isn't she? She's pretty
DJ, I didn't
great,
do that
man.
on purpose. I just remembered how you told me how annoying it's getting. And Dark Canuck, you didn't know this. There's nothing to feel bad about. But DJ, when we go out live, is getting tired of 15 people asking him how Nessie's doing. And I think that's because you feel guilty because you want to murder the goat.
Yeah, and how do you say that? Yeah, no, man, it's great living in a school bus with a goat. Man, don't recommend it. But she's great, man, and we're getting moved into that's another project that we're doing. I know some of you guys have seen that we're building the cabin also in Minnesota. So like when I go back to Minnesota for the next couple of weeks before because our residency doesn't start till December, so like I'm going back and I got a chore list on that, but like the electricity's in and stuff like that is in, and you know cleaning up barn wood and getting it resined and all that stuff.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah. So yeah, man, we're just like, yeah, that's what I'm thankful for, man. I'm thankful. I think to number one, being able to you learn new skills, use old skills, and share them. This opportunity to not only learn new stuff, but to be able to share the stuff that I learned, and not only share stuff that I learned, but share the stuff that I build.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for the future and
Hmm.
the small amount of not control but role that I have in building it, both in
Hmm.
terms of my own life and my family.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Very
That's
excited about it.
wild to think about.
Yeah, I know it.
I posted this in case you knew what it meant. Do you know what that means? DJ has the best bleats.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I
Nah.
asked.
Nah. I don't
That's
know.
called a bleat.
Yeah. All right. Is it? Yeah, that bleeps, man.
I believe you.
Yeah. Good.
Well, everyone who watched on YouTube, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I think we need to make this a Patreon. What's the word I'm looking for? Tradition.
Yeah.
I think that we will go live on a private link for our Patreon people in the future. I don't think that'll be till next year that we do it regularly, but I think for the rest of the year we'll just do it whenever we can and we'll put it out. So hopefully you guys. By the way, dude, I was shit talking the Butter Churn 3, but right now, son, you look like a photograph.
Yeah, baby. I've been exfoliating.
Yeah. With your phone, you just use the back of it.
Yeah, just use the back of it. Yeah, yeah. That's pretty good. I like it. Does anybody want a tour of the shop?
Yeah, we want to tour the shop.
I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, it's great to be able. Yeah, it's great to be able to talk about your goat and on stage. I'm glad you were there, Kevin. All right.
Also, it's so rad that we can do this. I had no idea. Just putting up,
Oh
just putting
yeah,
up
yeah,
comments like, "Oh, like a real show, Drew."
yeah. All right, I'm gonna take you guys just kind of like where I'm staying, and this is the. Okay, you guys see the Eve sleep by the bed. She's
There's
out here in the
Eve.
shop. So this is for 5 gallon buckets on the light fixtures and just
Give him
tools.
tools.
Yeah, Carl and Ian out here getting all the work done.
We're bothering them.
Oh no, they're beautiful.
I know they're beautiful. Look at them. Got the work laid out.
Yeah, and then
Well,
there's
oh, there we
John.
go. What
Yeah,
up, John?
yeah. The man with all the clamps. You remember when I tell y'all about clamps? This man got all the clamps.
Okay, that's clamp land right there.
Yeah.
DJ will be using one of them to hold up his butter churn phone later as a selfie stick.
Yeah, man. So and this isn't the space either. This is just his his own
You're
personal.
in that part of the shed that don't get cell phone service.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is where
All
we're
right.
staying
Well,
out.
we appreciate that. We appreciate everybody. Oh, I think we got a delay. I don't know what happened, brother.
Okay.
Uh, hell yeah, Kimmy. Beautiful eyes in 4K. A lot better than 3Ks. Am I right? I wanted to. Oh, Justin Kirby, you were commenting on the show. I don't know if I remember meeting you. Are you the husband or boyfriend of the woman who I didn't have a good enough offering to get her to art share me her shirt, the rose shirt? Because I've been trying to figure out how to get a hold of this young lady for a minute now. So I got something coming up I want to film, and I want that shirt. I need to find out where she got it. Anyway, if that's you, Justin, you let me know. DJ, you got any closing thoughts?
No, man, I love you guys. Thanksgiving gonna be starting from 11 a.m. or 12 a.m. What Eastern, right?
That right there is
Hey,
what I'm thankful for. Look at that.
yeah, man.
Well,
Beautiful.
even though I've been shitting my brains out for 3 days and feel like I have the flu every night, I'm the luckiest man alive. Um, Justin is not that guy, but he witnessed it. Well, if I need, oh, Greenville, yeah, Justin from Greenville. That's right, the best looking son bitch in the show. It was great meeting you again, Justin. All right, DJ. I think we already signed off. Maybe we need to sign off again. I don't know, man. We're all over the place. This is a live show and we're struggling.
I'm gonna feel good.
Okay, good.
I love you, and I'll see y'all at Thanksgiving.
At Fruitsgiving, 11 a.m. Central on Thanksgiving Day. That's 9 a.m. here on the West Coast and noon o'clock on you East Coasters. We will be posted. You can DM us for a link. We'll do it on Zoom because even though StreamYard looks better, it's not as interactive. We can do the comments on StreamYard, but we can't see your faces. So we'll be Zooming and join us. It's free and, yeah.
You, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Bye, y'all.
Oh, and if you're in New Orleans, I'm going to be there December 3rd. All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.